I know.
It's all good. Just throw it all at me and we'll see what sticks.
It should say episode 59 now. If you refresh the page. Oh god.
I'm gonna refresh that one sec.
Yeah, there's something about always having to refresh it. It's awesome.
Okay, hopefully that didn't come through the stream because I just had an unskippable, unmutable ad
Awesome.
Nice.
about the army.
Oh, mine was actually Warcraft.
Really?
Yeah.
Warcraft ones.
Yeah, it was like the Kill Jaden, like the patch.
Oh, the cinematic.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no.
That
'Cause I was
cinematic
like,
is awesome.
Did you guys like time this really well
Oh yeah,
for me?
absolutely. Yep, for sure.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, chat room.
That's fleecy. Yeah, I was catching up on some events that were happening. WrestleMania happened on the weekend, and they have once again been sponsored by Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
And so they were playing Final Fantasy 14 ads during the matches and stuff. Surprised Warcraft hasn't. Because they don't really need the coverage, but surprised they haven't reached out to big events like that.
Probably more focus on the esports stuff, maybe.
Probably. I'm sure there's an equal number of Warcraft players as there are fans of the WWE.
I don't know. I think probably Blizzard's got it over them. Like if you took Blizzard games as a whole.
Yeah, probably. Okay. Okay. Notes. Bring up stuff. Finally fixed my computer issue.
Yay!
Good.
I get to fix mine up over Easter.
Yay!
I'm once I've completely paid off the second screen that I bought for Sirius, I'm buying myself a solid state drive to
Nice.
put in my machine, because this thing, I took the specs to like one of the guys I work with, and he's just like, yeah, that's it's a good machine, it shouldn't be running slowly. I'm like, is there anything I can do to make it better? And he's like, well, solid state wouldn't hurt. And on top of that, if you do put the solid state drive in, then you can also, put a fresh copy of Windows on it, and that'll, completely remove any issues you have. So I'm gonna have to make a very long list of programs to install, and then make notes of all my settings and stuff, especially for TeamSpeak.
I'm just gonna copy mine. My SSD drive's like completely full and I can't get it under, so I'm buying a much bigger one, and we're going to clone it.
Fair enough.
So, and do it that way. That way, hopefully, I'm not gonna lose anything.
Yeah,
but backup as well. Yay!
My C drive has 500 gigs in it. It's 580, but it's full to 500. My E drive is 350 gigs and is 250 gig full. My F drive is 500 gigs and is 500 gigs full. My G drive is 400 gigs and is 350 gigs full.
Nice.
Let's just say I have a lot of TV shows and movies. So I've got to move things around. Okay, are you ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get a countdown, please?
3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to episode 59 of the Reins of Azeroth. I'm your host, Spaz Weston, and as per the new sort of, I guess you could say, code of paint that we put on the podcast, we're now a podcast about collecting everything in WoW, not just mounts, because we have been changing up, talking about a bit of everything anyway. So, yeah, I am joined tonight by my lovely co-host Sendo.
Hello.
And we have a special guest this week. Lita, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, Lita.
Hello. Thanks for having me, guys.
How are you?
I am doing really good. Thank you. How are you guys?
Awesome.
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 Yes, I was on my way to school and I ended up in a castle not too long ago, so yeah.
What?
Persona 5 came out today.
Okay.
So I've been playing
Okay.
that this afternoon.
Like, what drugs did you take on the way to school?
Yeah.
I haven't gone to school in many years.
I know, but that's why I'm like, I'm
Many
so
years.
confused.
Yeah.
Well, we have had Lita on previously, but
Yes.
that was for our round table episode, and we didn't get a chance to ask her all the questions that we love to ask our guests. So,
They're new questions.
yes, we have some new
Woo!
questions. Lita, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into playing WoW?
All right. Well, I play an undead warlock because they are the best. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying.
I just
I'm
made one
hard
of those recently.
for the horde. That's all I can say. I've been playing WoW for 12 plus years. Yeah, I will tell you that because I'm a vanilla baby. That's right. No,
Right from day one?
yeah. Well, not quite. I think it was about 6 months in. So, yeah, and it was my first MMO. I was introduced by my partner at the time. He said, "Come try this," because I kept like looking over his shoulder, going, "What's that? What's that? What are you doing? Now, what's that? What's that?" And in the end, he was like, sit and just play, and that was it. I fell in love with the game and decided that the warlock was what I wanted, and an undead can be as far away as me that I possibly could. So I fell in love with them, and that, as they say, is history. So yeah, she's my main, but of course I have a few alts.
A few, Lita?
Couple.
A few? How
Well,
many? How many, Lita?
83 alts. Might
Well-
be 84 because they just
Oh
made
my
a new iron.
God.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
the Emperor of China had terracotta warriors, so you can have an army of iron warriors then.
That's right. So I like all things about World of Warcraft. I it's my game. Like, it just is my game. I love everything within it. There's stuff that I don't get to do, and that's fine because there is so much that keeps me busy. So I just have fun. I just love what it gives me. Blizzard's made a great game, and I just really enjoy it and have some fun.
That's good. So, what is your favorite thing to collect in the game, other than alts? Because you can't really
Okay.
collect them.
Okay, so way back. We have to go back to way back. I had seen this very cute little rabbit way back when I first started playing, and it was a snowshoe rabbit. And as soon as I saw the snowshoe rabbit, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to have one, but I'm old. I can't get one. How do I get one? And I did my darndest to figure out how to do that, and eventually I got myself one, which was awesome because back in the day you could not. You had to use the neutral auction house and all sorts of things, and you couldn't do it from the same account and that kind of crazy stuff. So eventually I got myself one, and that was very exciting. And that started my pet addiction. However, that's not the first addiction I've got. So the second addiction was when I got my first fell steed, because again, I'm a warlock. You know, what's it give you? You had to do stuff to get your fell steed, and then certainly there was a massive quest chain to get your dread steed. And as soon as I got my dread steed, I was like, oh, I love this mount. But not only that, there was other mounts to collect, and I'm like, oh, I need to have all the mounts. I need them all. So that added to my already pet collecting. Then I was mount collecting. And then, of course, achievements came into the game. So what more can I say? Was like, Blizzard's gone. Leader's gonna be all in with this. So let's just focus on this. So yep, absolutely. Achievements, that was it.
Yep.
Chasing reps, anything. I love collecting things. So rep chasing is one of my favorite things to do as well. So pretty much, Lee.
So pretty much everything.
Yeah, anything that's
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you've mentioned your warlock mount, so you can't use that for this question. Do you have a favorite mount or toy or pet or achievement? Like, what's your favorite thing you've collected?
Oh, come on. That's like an evil question I ask my guests on behalf.
No, that's why I'm grinning.
So, okay, let me give you this. Favorite mount, other than of course Dreadsteed, is always going to be the base. I would have to say, that's such a tough call. But I think Horseman's Reins. Nice. When I finally got Horseman's Reins, it was a couple years ago. It was the very last night of that it was available. And Sheo and I took off into the dungeon to do it, and it was kind of like my last run of the night. It was the last run on leader, and I was just like, oh, this is so not going to drop. So when it dropped, and I think I fell off my chair, Ash was like, oh my god, you got it! And I was like, I was shaking. I was just shaking. Yeah. I hadn't wanted something that bad in a long time. So Horseman's Reins, I do love that. Again, fiery horses, come on. What can you not love about that one? Pet wise, I think it would have to be my guardian cub. I love all pets, I really do, but my guardian cub is named after my nephew. And he is no longer with us, so I love to take him around in game and just show him things and talk to him, and I miss him very much. Toy wise, the raft has to be the fishing raft. I use it so much. That would be that. And then my achievement, well, there is only one thing. There is only one achievement that I wanted so bad, and that was the insane title. And I worked really hard to get that one. And
nice.
And that is, that is something that I cherish on most of my tunes, has that title.
I think that's a title that perfectly suits an undead warlock as well. Like, I mean, if you had to choose, that would, good
exactly.
Fit. Very good fit. So what's been your favorite collecting moment? Is it your warlock mount? Is it the Horseman's Reins?
there's there is so much because there's so much in the game. Oh yeah, I mean, doing the Dreadsteed quest back in the day, it was a massive, class chain and all of that. And the team, the group of guys that I had back then, we would go into the dungeons and do the things that we needed to do, but you'd have to do it over and over and again. So I think being able to have had that chance to do that, whereas now you just hit level 40 and you're given a mount. So I think really love that. But currently, if I have to say anything new, and wardrobe has to be my favorite collecting, is just collecting new shiny stuff, especially when it pops up in my on my bow going, you have just learnt this piece of gear, and I'm like, yay, I get a new cloth piece. So that's always very exciting. So I love that.
Nice. Spaz, you want to take the next one?
So, what has been the most difficult thing so far?
Most difficult thing. I think sometimes it feels like when you're collecting, and it could be anything. I'm gonna use a broad spectrum here, but RNG is awesome. I love it. I love it. Like, I'd much rather poke my eye out with a rusty fork. But I think when you've got to rely on going into, so say raiding with leashes 4, and you're trying to collect the pets because you want the new pets, so you're running all these things, and you're like killing the boss, and you're like, please, oh damn it. So it's like that whole thing of, right, I've got to come back next week and we're gonna do this dance again. Damn you, damn you, Litchi. Not only you're not giving me my mount, you're not giving me my pet. So I think it's just the RNG of it that makes it that kind of that bittersweet. But when you finally get it, and all of a sudden that elation that you feel of like, yes, I finally got it. So I think it's more the broadness of what it's like to collect things.
With your raiding with leashes 4, are you being a purist about it and just not buying any?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I only come down
I'm too
to
impatient.
buying. Well, I mean, I keep thinking, yeah, I could do that. But I am kind of like, I really just want to do it myself. I'm
that's
kind of a bit stubborn, so I'm just like,
okay.
just keep going. I'll keep going. And it's only when you start getting that RNG numbers that you look and you're like, I've been in here how many times? Oh, it's only for like 20,000 on the auction house. Oh well. But yeah, most times I just keep going until I probably get annoyed with it, and then if I can pick it up for a bargain, sure.
Yeah. I got really fed up with the one that would only drop from 10-man normal Lich King, because I'm like, you're making me waste one of my mount runs for the pet. And I'm just like, no, that's not fair. I need my chance at the mount. So I think that's one that I bought because I'm like, no, I'm not sacrificing that.
Yeah, that happened with Ben on Battle Pets. He didn't realize that was 10 men only, and was running that raid for weeks and not getting it, and it was just like, damn, this thing's super rare. Yeah. And I think like went in there on 10 men, got it like the second time he ran it on 10.
Oh yeah.
So
poor Muffin.
So,
what's on? Sorry, go ahead, Spence.
We were going to ask the same thing, but other than Invincible's Reins, what's on your wish list?
Everything. I mean, I want, again, because I'm a collector, I just want all the things. I want as many pets as I can get. I want as many mounts as I can get. Yes. I'm really trying for the PvP doing the the Dark Brawl arena and all of those. So that's been my focus, and I've got 2 out of 4 of the achievements. So yay, I'm getting there slowly. So it'd be awesome to have I'm not a huge PvPer. So it's kind of like, yay, I can do that and not feel like I'm going completely gung ho and having to go PvP wise. But yeah, so I mean that would be my main thing for mounts. But again, it's just chasing, transmog stuff and pets and again, even if I didn't do anything else in game other than just do these things, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. It's crazy good.
It is crazy good. If you could, last question for you, if you could create a new mount for the game, what would it be?
Oh, well, I'm a warlock. What can I say? So it would
Even
have to
fiery
be
a horse.
It would no. I've already got the fiery horses. I want my own demon. I want to be able to ride Voidy. I want to be able to just be like, right, Voidy needs to be able to. I'll be able to jump on his back and he can take me off into battle because I use him most of the time.
You change just one of the shoulder armor bits to make it have a seat on it. So you sit on one of his shoulders.
I know. And even then cool. Have the ability, because Pip, my imp, has been with me for 12 years, right? So Pip, I would like to be able to have Voidy out, but just have like Pip sitting on my shoulder. You know the quest
like Daglop.
In Azuna?
Daglop.
And just exactly. And just
back
have
in 7.2 as well.
I noticed. So definitely Voidy as a mount or some sort of demon as a mount. That would be my next thing. Yeah.
You can tame kill Jaden and ride around on his back.
What about a Fellfire version of the mage class mount?
No, that's not for warlocks. I think I like the idea of the voidy one. I wouldn't mind like I reckon the fell bats that they have, like the bats, the demon bats that they have around, but making that all fiery and fell and stuff. But there are other ones that are like that. So.
Yeah. But
although,
I want to join Voidy Bubble. I think that's great.
It would be really nice if I could
like the
have Voidy as fell. Like if I could change Voidy, because I mean, you've got your blueberry, but I've got green fire, so I would love Voidy to also turn green and be like,
that'd be cool.
This fell Voidy that comes out and is like,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Oh well, thank you, Lita, for our little interview. It's good to get to know your favorite things and stuff.
Yeah.
So, Spaz, take it away. Sorry, I interrupted yet again. I'm just excited because Lita's lovely.
Well, all I was going to say is I have not been up to much because computer issues.
Pooh.
Yeah, I have no idea. Power kind of cut out on my machine one night, and there were just some really weird things happening with the internet. Couldn't play much. I did manage to get my priest to 110, which I'm happy about.
Nice, congrats.
Have you done any of 7.2 yet?
Yes, I have. I bugged out my class trial, and managed to insta-kill one of the bosses.
Ooh.
In the Fell Totem.
So you got your appearance?
Mage Tower. No.
Oh.
The Fell Totem fight is a Drogbar and a giant Fell Worm for Beast Mastery. And if you kill command the Drogbar, for some reason he then becomes an enemy to the worm as well, and the worm just one-shots him.
Oh, okay.
But that's not a good thing because the worm has 9 stacks of armor, which reduce its damage taken by 90%. And the only way to reduce those stacks is to have him cast like Earthquake, which drops stalactites from the ceiling, and you have the worm run into them and slowly lose the armor. They have fixed it, I believe.
No, actually, but just with you saying that and describing that, one of the people that I follow on Twitter, and I can't remember who it was, but they did that. They accidentally bugged it out, and they specifically said about the stacks. They still managed to kill it, even with all the stacks on it. It just took a really, really, really long time. Time.
Only 87, so I wouldn't have been able to do that at all unless I had the legendary pants. Which, speaking of, I actually did get a second legendary.
Congrats!
I got the legendary headpiece, which heals me when I feign death.
Nice.
It's the troll-looking mask, which I love the look of it, but it's so stupid. I got it from a world quest, and I was just like, oh, legendary.
I'm always excited about getting a legendary,
because,
even if it's one that I don't necessarily want at this point in time. I'm just like, yay, shiny things!
Yeah, well, the thing is, actually, with that encounter, there's a lot of bugs in that specific encounter. If your pet dies, your pet can no longer pull aggro correctly off the mobs, off the 2 bosses. If you feign death, it can bug the encounter out as well. There's so many things. And on top of that, if you don't move fast enough to the arena, invisible gas will cover the entrance and do 50% of your health a tick every second. And that's how I actually died the first time, because I walked into the room slowly and he aggroed me when I was still kind of in the archway, and then I dropped dead. And I was like, oh, okay, that's awesome. And I checked my logs, and it's just poisonous gas killed you instantly. I'm like, how the crap am I supposed to do this then?
Yeah.
So I was really confused. And then I looked on Wowhead, and it's oh yeah, there's invisible gas that sits right at the edge. So,
ouch.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have preferred either the legendary shoulders or even the legendary it's a skirt. Legendary skirt. The healing one. The Roots of Shaladrasil.
I've got that.
Yes, that's the one I would have liked, healing-wise, instead of the feign death to get 20% of my health, and then
they are
5%
really good
every 2 seconds.
If you have to move around, you don't really get much of a benefit from them.
That fight doesn't require you to move around a whole bunch.
Good. Yeah, cool, yeah. You do
Other than making the worm run into the stalactites, there's not a lot of movement in that fight if you're doing it correctly. So that's why a lot of people, including Spanky, have been like, well, guess I'm not doing it till I either get that legendary or a ton more gear. So, yeah. Oh, actually, with my priest, I got the class hall champion, who is Lightspawn.
Yes, I love that.
Nice.
He is so useless and won't shut up.
No, he's not.
He does not. I am in holy spec. I pull more aggro than he does, and all he does is tell the enemies that you'll be cleansed by the light. He does nothing. I keep threat over him.
The little golden elemental looking thing.
Yes.
Okay, no.
The Void Walker that's gold.
I've read so many things about people going on about how it's the best thing in the world, and
oh, he's hilarious.
Just but just really strong and stuff. And
nope. I must have a defective one, because he stands there shooting things.
He got broken.
He stands there shooting things and yells at them, and it makes me laugh. But he does not pull aggro. All I'm doing is whatever the dot is, whatever the stun is, Holy Word Chastise, and Smite. I'm just spamming Smite, and I'm pulling more threat than he is. I have no idea what's going on, but it's funny. I do like it. I have been trying to heal on my priest. I just want to go all the way back to level 101, locker experience there, and heal dungeons all day. Because at 101 you do not run out of mana spamming flash heal. At 110 you actually have to try. So yeah, I'm not a fan of healing.
Healing's
on my
best.
priest. I don't really know all the spells properly, and
that's fair enough.
Doing all the solo content, I just smite my way through it, and like I can heal well enough, but when the shit hits the fan, there's not much I really know how to do. I mean, I know I've got a ton of spells to use, but I never know which ones to use when. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So, and a lot of the Holy Priest spells, a whole bunch of them just sort of jump around however they please when you cast them, so there's not a lot you can really do. But the mastery that Holy Priests have is really good. Single target healing also leaves a dot on them afterwards, so kind of helpful. But yeah.
Nice.
So you found some scraps of paper, Cinder, I believe?
Oh my god, finally. Like, finally got the torn invitation for the Fox Mount this week. I've been doing stupid with the training far more than I would like to have. Although the upside of that is that I have gotten quite a lot of the toys, if not all of the toys available now from that scenario. So now that I've got the mount as well, I should be pretty much done. It'll be good for reputation though. So for people doing the prestiging reputation, that's a good place to pick up some extra rep. The only reason why I'm fine with RNG and having to wait for things and stuff. The reason why I got really upset about it is that Thor has had that damn thing drop like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And I've not had it at all. And I'm just like, I love you, honey, but I kind of want to punch you a little bit right now. That's so not fair.
Yeah.
It was, and because you can't trade them or anything like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, so I finally got that one. So I'm currently going through the quests for that. I think I mentioned it the other week when I was doing the Brawlers Guild, I was having issues with the meatball quests bugging out so that I couldn't get him as a follower. And it turned out, I did a ticket into Blizz, and I wasn't overly happy with the response actually, because I'm like, did you read what I said? Because your answer indicates that no, you did not. So I kind of had to ignore that and waited for another reset night, like another maintenance night, and it's still like the last quest wasn't coming up. So I actually went back to the Brawlers Guild and specifically went and did the meatball fight again. And when I got back to my order hall, what do you know? There it was. So I think I just, might need to just chuck in a couple of extra fights in there in between. Like maybe I just went through it all too quickly and the system kind of went, oh, what? I don't know. Anyway, the whole point of me talking about that is that I finally have Meatball as a follower, and he is the bomb. Like, it is highly worth going into Brawlers and just getting yourself up to the point where you defeat Meatball to trigger that process of getting him as a follower, because he makes everything possible. Like his mission success increase is amazing, and when he comes back from missions, he has a chance of bringing back like a little purple orb thing, and you can put that onto any of your other followers, and it actually increases their chance on one mission. Ooh. So it's really great for getting that guaranteed extra bonus roll coin, like the sealed fate coins and stuff from the raid missions. I'm guaranteed to get the chest and the extra coin and like things like that. It's amazing. So highly recommend people head out there and get Meatball as a follower. He's really, really good. I also forgot to mention a couple of weeks ago now, I got the Mote of Light toy from the Curious Coin Vendor, which is the one that turns you into like a little celestial being, and which I was really excited about because it looks really cool. And it was right about the same time that I got Narcissus Mirror, so I can make my pets look like that as well, which was really fun. Yeah. Because I sat there and I'm like, I actually have enough Curious Coins now to buy this toy, or I can go for the mount. And I'm like, I like the turtle mount, but I can get this toy now and have it now. So
I've noticed that those coins have been dropping a lot more.
Yeah, they
lately.
did increase the drop rate. They also changed the little icon for them as well, which is cool. They also changed the icon for the Seal of Broken Fate as well.
Yes, I did notice that.
Yeah, but yeah, they did increase the drop rate on the Curious coins, so hopefully people are seeing them a little bit more often. Spanky with the Curious coin vendor, he's got a rotating inventory, so there's like one item that will be in rotation, and so sometimes it's the celestial toy, sometimes it's the mount, sometimes it's other items and things like that, so you kind of have to go back every day and check, although Wowhead actually has it on their front page saying what the special item is for the day that he has available if you don't want to log in to check. It's really handy.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know about that, but Thor actually picked up on it, and he's like, "Oh, you want to know about this? This is what you're looking for." And I'm like, "Cool." So yeah, check that out.
And in regards to new things like that, the Warcraft app that we have now allows you to collect and instantly use artifact research notes.
Oh, that's cool. That's handy.
Yes. So, as you get those going. And speaking of which, they've increased the amount of missions that appear a lot.
I know.
Huge. Which is good.
Yeah.
You can get Legion Fall insignias.
Yeah, I've gotten a few of those.
Insignias for all the factions and stuff, like
and the war supplies, and yeah, it's very cool. For achievements, we got Mythic Spellblade Alluriel down this week, so we're 5 out of 10 Mythic, which is really cool. We're really excited about it. Except I was dead when we got the kill, so I was really sad about that. I hate being dead for our first kill of a hard boss, but you know it is what it is. Did Mythic Cathedral of Eternal Night, which is the new dungeon. I accidentally got Ted and Marius's Excellent Adventure.
Nice.
I'd done all the ones, like I'd done the Azuna ones because there's a couple in Azuna a couple of times, but only one of them counts towards that overall achievement. And I was just running around, I can't remember what for, and I saw a rare, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go do that. And it's one of those missions, and I'm like, sweet. So, and that turned out that was the last one I needed in Stormheim, so that was really cool. Yeah. So I got that. I got many missions handle it, which is for 500 class hall missions, so that's a little bit, that's a lot. I got a magic contribution for putting in for the mage tower because I don't care what anyone says. I want my appearance. I got Explore Broken Shore because I need that for the flying. And then all of the transmog achievements that you can think of, enough to get Azeroth's Next Top Model achievement and the Stylist title, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So
I never checked those.
Yeah, they didn't ding when I logged in. I didn't realize, and I'd actually checked my achievements for something else, and I'm like, wait, whoa, what? I've got all of these things. What? And yeah, there were a whole bunch there. So yeah, I just on the solo challenge thing for healers. Oh my god. Oh my god. I love being a resto shaman, but in situations like this, I do not. I really do not. It's a really tough challenge.
Yes.
And it's kind of...
actually, I saw Cinderstorm in
it's
the
me.
Wowhead.
It's me. I'm on the Wowheads. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't say anything useful. This is so embarrassing.
Well, it said you did a rough write-up of the encounter.
Oh, and it was just, I was just saying some basic, because at the time that I posted it, there were only 2 or 3 other comments on there that were essentially like, this is really hard. And the other one saying, this is the quest that you need to do for your appearance. And I'm like, cool, okay, well, I'll say a couple of things that are hopefully helpful. And, you know, obviously they were helpful. People have obviously gotten it now. And if you go back, like I was actually just having a quick look before, and there are a few healers who have gotten through it. None of them are resto shamans by the looks of it, which makes me feel a little bit better, but also a bit sad because I want that appearance so bad. But yeah, so I've only got 1 day left, but I picked up some work today, which is great. So I will not have any free time to try that anymore. So the mage tower will get destroyed, and then it will take a while for it to come back up again. But maybe by then I'll have some extra gear or other things that will help me, and then I'll get it, and then it will be mine.
Nice.
Lita, darling, what have you been up to after all my nattering? How are you going with everything?
Ah, good. Yeah, kind of. I've not done a lot of 7.2 actually because something else hit on the weekend that I've
Yes.
been a little bit preoccupied with.
Do you want to tell everyone about that quickly? Because, it's really cool.
Sure, yeah. So we've started a new Ironman challenge with the WoW challenges, and this one's called Arrow to the Knee. So you can only make a goblin hunter or a gnome hunter. And I made a gnome. She's got pink hair and the 3 pigtails because why not? And I ain't going through Goblin Starting Zone. I hate that place with a deadly passion. As an iron, no.
Oh,
so
okay. Yep.
So yeah, and Stone and I always have this friendly rivalry, shall we say. So he's got me 2-1 at the moment, so I'm doing my darndest to beat him. But yeah, it's basically Iron Man challenge, but those are the goblin or a gnome hunter, and you can't change pets. So the pet that you come with, goblins come with the crab, and gnomes come with the mechanical bunny, and that's all. You can't change your pets. That's pretty muchly it. WoWchallenges.com is where all the rules and everything is, but it's a bit of fun. So
nice.
I've been preoccupied with that. I got my girl to 28 tonight.
Wow, nice.
So we're getting there very slowly. And of course, you can only have white or grey gear. No talents, people. As he's not here, what's going on? As he had asked me if we can.
Can I change?
You're a little bit ahead of Stone.
Yeah, no, I'm not. He's at 29. So.
Oh, is he?
Oh,
yeah.
The last thing I saw on his account was 21.
No, that was yesterday. So he made it to 21 because I hit 20 yesterday, and when he finished, he was like, 21, your shot now, leader. And I'm like, oh damn. All right, so yeah, he hit 29 today, but it's all it's all good fun. We've got a Warcraft Chronicles Volume 2 for the winner, and yeah, so it's very exciting. I haven't checked the standings, but last night someone had hit level 60 already. So
wow, really?
Yes, in 17 hours something. So
oh my goodness.
Yeah, so he's coming second in the speed to 60 because that's another different thing for the guys leveling 1 to 60. They also have this, who can do it the fastest kind of.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's now become the second person, the number. Yeah, I can't remember who got first. Was like maybe 16 hours something. So yeah, so that's what I've been pretty muchly doing. But I've managed to do mount runs and all that stuff. Nothing's got added, but I'm sitting at 293 mounts at the moment. So
nice.
We're getting there slowly. Toys, not added any new toys at the moment, but I'm sitting on 313. So again, lots of things to play with. Yeah, which is good. And achievements. I did get some new achievements, which was very exciting. So I'm sitting on 20,570 achievement points, which is very, very exciting. I got Prestige 1, so I got the first step into a larger world, which of course also gave me the top honors because I reached honor level 50, which gave me Prestige 1. So I was like, yay! Woo-hoo! That was so exciting. And then I got a new pet, which I completely forgot about that. And I was like, oh my god, I got a new pet. Because I went to I'm like, I've got mail. Oh, I'm not expecting mail. I've got a new pet. So
I love it when that happens.
I know, because I completely forgot about that, and it was a bonus, so that was kind of cool. So now I'm on 811 unique pets. So
Nice.
just a few.
Just a couple.
Just a couple. And then I did the magic contribution, which is the mage tower 5 times, contributing to that. So that was very cool. And then the other day I finished off a keen eye, which was to get all the rare archaeology finds in Legion. So I needed the last one was actually the spear, which was for this fortnight's. Which is really weird. I must have not done it, and I think I didn't do it. I think I dropped it because the last bit after you did all the digging was like, I've got to go into Neth's lair.
Yeah, dungeon.
I don't want to do a dungeon, so I think I must have just not done it because I was so cranky with Blizzard about stop putting things behind dungeons, damn it.
Archaeology in a dungeon's weird, I agree.
I had to go. So I sucked it up and I was like, come on, just go do it, and managed to get through. So and then of course I got a whole heap of transmog achieves as well when the patch hit. So I was like, wow, that's so exciting. So that's pretty much been my week.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's excellent. So, there's a fair bit of news from around the World of Warcraft. The March of the Tadpoles micro holiday is on April 5th. Now, is that tomorrow or the day after for us?
It's tomorrow. It starts 6 p.m. for us tomorrow, being April 5th. And we'll finish at 6 p.m. on April 6th for us Aussies.
Okay.
So
tomorrow night.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Excellent.
No problems. Now, I was doing some archaeology earlier in the week, and I found a jar of ashes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it says use the jar of ashes, and you'll either receive artifact power or summon an angry Tauren spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I used 3 of them. Guess which one I got all 3 times.
AP.
An angry Tauren spirit.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Excellent. I got that's
and
what
that
I
actually
got
gives
too.
you 15 artifact fragments, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never seen that
cool.
item before. I've never seen that item before.
I've not seen that either.
Yes. But Burning Crusade Time Walking is this week. So you can get yourself the Eclipse Dragonhawk. The PvP Brawl for the Frozen Arathi Basin, the one that looks really cool, is up in the coming week. BlizzCon tickets are going on sale. That's good, I guess you could say, depending on who you are and where you
go
are.
on sale Wednesday, April 5 at 7 p.m. Blizzard time, not Australia time. So if you go to BlizzCon.com, have a look at their site and when things will go on sale for you in your general location. So
yes. Now, speaking
good
of
luck,
PvP,
everybody. May the clicks be ever in your favor.
Yes. Speaking of PvP before, this season's Vicious Saddle is the Vicious War Turtle. Now, we have mentioned other Vicious Saddle mounts previously. They'll be coming in future seasons, which was confirmed on Twitter. And speaking of Twitter, Spanky tweeted at us, or added us into a tweet chain that Muffinus had tweeted about a, WoW secrets sort of treasure hunting Discord chat that they have. They're currently looking for the riddled mindworm, which is the one that no one seems to know where the hell it's coming from. We'll have a link, like the Discord link, in the show notes for that. But other than that, we're moving into our main topic. More of 7.2 UI improvements and achievements that I didn't realize that I got.
Yeah.
Transmog.
Nice.
So, obviously, first things first, full list of everything is on Wowhead because they do all of that stuff so much nicer. Now, there's lots of quality of life changes in this. So, the main ones world quests count towards your emissary quests will now appear to have a gold glow around them, so you don't need an add-on. Achievements that are linked by other players will now show your own progress in the same tooltip, not just theirs, which, thank God, that's happened. Because the number of times someone's
really
been
cool.
like, hey, do you have this? And I'm like, search. Oh, no, I don't. Like, you gotta just look through.
Because that was the other thing that came out with Legion, was the ability to search your achievements now, which that to me was like really one of the best things that they brought in with Legion, because I always forget where to find my progress on Underbelly Tycoon because I don't want to track it because I've got too much on my screen already. And so I just keep searching Underbelly Tycoon. Oh, yep, cool, that's where I'm at. It's
Yes.
really good.
Oh, actually, the new appearance from the Mage Tower is now viewable in your class forge.
Yeah,
as well.
they're just drooling over it.
And on top of that, they've also updated the tooltip for the second, third, and fourth skins for Beast Mastery Hunter, specifically the Alex Thunder skin, to say you must also complete the Balance of Power quest line as well as the other things, which is really annoying.
Well, I mean, look, we
because I don't even know where I am in that quest line anymore. I don't remember. I think I have to do normal.
You should be able to
Nighthawk.
track it on Wowhead.
Yeah, I think I just need to do normal Nightmare to get seeds or something, because I've got a whole bunch of raid quests that I haven't even touched because I don't raid other than LFR, and they're all just like, do normal. I'm just like, nah. Now, tier tokens that drop in all raids can now be learned by right-clicking on them. Don't have to go to a vendor. If you don't want to, that is. You can assign equipment sets to a spec. So if you're constantly swapping between heals and DPS, for example, you can make it so that the appropriate set of gear will automatically equip when you swap specs.
That's good.
So Cinder no longer has to heal with
amazing.
DPS trinkets.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Although, keep an eye on it, because Thor said that Thor had a lot of issues with 7.2, actually. He had a lot of weird, buggy things going on. And one of them was that the equipment sets weren't swapping over properly. It was kind of only doing half of it. And so he'd get like some of his tanking gear and some of his DPSing gear, and it was just like a giant pain for him. So it's still worth having a quick double check, but for me it's worked perfectly from the start.
Oh, cool.
Well, you do have sets that you can equip, you can set up in the character pane, and I do that for my tanking and my damage and my healing specs, depending on which alt I'm playing on. So I do keep those up to date with tank, DPS, and that stuff. So if you have those set up for your classes,
that's
you'll
where
be able
this
to just...
is. That's what bugged out. Like, that's where this is. So those sets that you've created, there's now a little cog on them, and you can click on that to say, so for yours, the set that you've got for tanking, you can click on the little cog and say, equip this when I'm in ret spec, or whatever your tanking set is for that class. Yeah.
Well, but then again, if you also go back into that menu and click that button again, it should properly equip that gear.
Yeah, it should.
Shouldn't it? Should. So that's also another thing you can do. Just go back in there and just click on it again, rather than have to like go back and forth and check everything and manually.
That's the whole point of this UI improvement. It's supposed to stop you from doing that.
I understand.
Because that's of course, obviously, like, that's because I swap between DPS and heals all the time. You have to have equipment sets up. It's you're bonkers not to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good thing.
Yes, and now everyone can uninstall their Open Everything mailbox add-on, because we now have an Open All button.
No.
No, I'm not, because I use TSM.
No,
so
me either. No, I've got
Postal.
Yeah, that too.
It works so much better.
Mhm.
It's good that they're slowly bringing in add-ons into the main game, but they're not they're not doing everything. They're just doing little bits and pieces, which it's helpful, but it's not. If you're used to an add-on, unless that add-on gets put in the game completely, then you're not really going to want to swap over. And did you guys notice that certain spells in your spellbook are lighting up all flashy and glowy?
Yep.
Well, that means that they're not on your action bar.
Well, as a healer, I don't put my healing spells on my action bars. But yeah, it is really good because, especially for those classes that I don't play very often, and I'll like log over and stuff, and I'm like,
this happened on my priest. This happened on my priest. I opened the spellbook accidentally when I was fighting something, and I noticed that Shackle Undead had a glow around it, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not fighting undead. Why would it want me to click that? Okay. And then like afterwards, I open the thing again. I'm like, oh, it's still glowing. I'm like, I guess I don't have it on my action bar. I moved it down and it stopped glowing. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
It's very handy.
And I had to look if there was anything
Can I
else.
tell you a quick story?
Of course.
Tell you? Okay.
Go ahead.
Right. So, all right. So I play with a few add-ons. 160. Let's just say that's yeah. I've got a couple.
Oh god.
I'm gonna cross again. I've got 50 million alts, so I've got class specific ones, but I have a lot of add-ons. So what I did tonight was I logged into. There was no way I was logging into Leader and taking all her add-ons off. I would have had conniptions. So what I did was I looked at one of my little girls and I was like, yep. Let me strip her of every add-on I've got. Let's turn them all off. She happened to be an iron, but I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Undead Warlock, that's fine. I'll log into her. Took off everything. And I looked at my UI and I was like, oh my lord. Okay. So I did. I looked at all the stuff that it had, I looked at the mailbox and I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. There is an open all option. I can't send stuff to my other tunes because I can't remember my other tunes. Okay, all right. Yep, no, definitely postal will still forever stay. That's fine. Looked at my action bars, and normally I run bartender, so I'm looking at my action bars going, do I have very many spells? What's going on? So I open up, my spell book, and I'm like, that exact thing. There's all these things flashing at me. And I'm going, they're sitting in my spell book. They're not in my action. Okay, all right. Drag them down to that. That's fine. So then I'm looking at everything and I'm going, right, okay, I'm gonna go kill something. So I take her out, and of course, normally I've got macros, I've got keybinds, I've got all of that. And I'm going, kill the horsey. Nothing's kill the horsey, damn it. And I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding. So then I had to move my mouse over to my conflag button and push it, instead of what I'd normally do is hit 5 on my mouse. And I'm like, oh my, this is so painful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. And I'm going, there is no way I will ever play a challenge tune and not have the stuff. So anyone who does not play with add-ons, like, kudos to you guys. I
use
love
very
my setup.
few add-ons. I use as few as I
setup.
can. I cannot stand the default map.
Oh yeah, Sexy Maps is my map.
I have Mappy because I previously used Carbonite. Yeah. Like that was the best, but then that sort of disappeared. Mappy is just a bigger square map, and it's like, it's so much better. And I don't use UI or bartender or anything like that. The default UI down the bottom of the screen is fine with me. Although I do use Ice HUD for my health and
I used to
mana.
use that. Yeah,
that's really good. Although depending on what you're doing, sometimes the bars can overlap when it it's like, okay, so your health, your mana, you're summoning Shwen, so there's your pet health and mana, and you've also got stagger, and then you're also doing a world quest, so here's this bar, and then you've got this bar, and then you've got this thing, and it's like, oh god, It's a mess.
It was an eye-opening experience. Let me just say
Yes.
that. It was like, oh dear Lord,
Well,
get
there's
back
a
to
new
the
challenge.
end. Yeah. Yeah,
No
exactly.
keybinds.
Exactly.
No keybinds. No add-ons. Iron.
Because it doesn't matter what tune. I don't know about you, Cinder, if you do the same, but if I make a new tune, the very first thing I'm like, nobody talk to me. I need to set up and, go profile, done, in like under a minute,
Yes.
everything's set up. And
I wish
that's
you
fine.
could just copy the settings across. Like, go into the Warcraft and go into the thing and find, character's name, copy that folder, and then name it the new character's name, and then all those settings instantly transfer across. I wish that happened. It does work for some things, but not everything.
Yeah, I find the good thing with the stuff I use is there's profiles, so I can just, I just go copy from leader on Earthen Ring. That's it. Like, that's my base, and go from there. But yeah, it was I did give it a go, and I was like, oh dear Lord, no. My quality of life is going to be severely bad. So yeah, but again, thank you, Blizz, because that is some good stuff for people that don't use, because not everyone does use add-ons. So there's some really cool stuff. So thanks, Blizzard, for that.
Yeah. They're making the game better. And actually, speaking of when you said, you just press 5 and it's meant to do what it does. Yeah. I had someone the other day ask me, as a hunter, what's your rotation? I'm like, okay, 5, 3, 6, 2, 1, 4, 6. Yep. Oh wait, you meant the actual spell names.
Yeah.
Yeah, no idea.
Summon Beast, Skill Command, Shoot.
Yep.
I think
down mouse,
I know.
Up roll bar, 5. 3
I know
12,
I know
10.
most of my spells by name, but it's just easier when you just especially with a Naga mouse, it's just numbers 1 through 12 and they work.
Love my Naga. Yeah, exactly. So again, it's awesome that they are making these little, quality of life for those people that need it. I think it's awesome. But my quality of life is like, can you put all these add-ons in like now? I want all the good stuff.
Yes. Cinder. Transmog.
There's like a whole bunch of new transmog achievements that came out in 7.2, like a whole stinking bunch. We're going to go through a whole bunch of them because it's going to be helpful so you know where to go to get set achievements for the overall one. So to start things off, there are some transmog related UI changes, some of which are super amazeballs. The first one is sets, and sets have been added to the appearances section. So when you open up your appearances tab, there is now an additional tab for sets. And I love it. It shows you which ones you already have, what pieces you have left to collect of those ones. It tells you the set names and where they can come from. They're all listed on the left. They're also color-coded, so grey, if the name of the set is grey, it means you don't have any pieces of the set. Green means that you have some of the pieces, and orange means that you have all of the pieces of that set, and you would have received an achievement for getting them all to be orange, which is very, very cool. The next one that's really helpful, UI change that's really helpful, is that you can preview ensemble sets now when you're speaking to the vendor. So this is also particularly helpful with the PvP ensemble sets that you can purchase now for 12 Marks of Honor, because, I've been doing that a lot. And it used to be that you had to click on each of the control click on each of the individual pieces to see what it would look like. You can just now control click on the ensemble, and it's like the whole thing is like, that's very cool. You can now search your appearances collection by dungeon name and boss name. So if you don't want to use the dungeon journal to see what loot's there, you can search for it through the appearances tab. And the other thing, and I was going to take a picture of this for Spaz to put into the Twitchy thing, but I ran out of time. When you visit a transmog person, you can choose to put on your own sets that you've made, but you can now also select an entire dungeon or raid set. So when you go to your transmog person, yes, you've got all of the wardrobe outfits that you've made, but there's again that tab for sets, and you can just put on like a whole tier set in one click. and it's really, really helpful. So
Yes. And it's made me realize how little transmog I've actually collected.
oh, made
I
you realize
swear
how
I've
much
run a
there's
lot
Well,
more
I
old
think-
content than I thought.
I think
Yeah.
it's more because it's set, you know, like you collect all these pieces and I look at my wardrobe and go, oh, look at all this stuff. But then when you open up that appearance tab
And then you
you're
go,
like,
none of it
look at,
matches.
really? I was really excited when I didn't even know the appearance tab was coming in because, you know, I don't go looking for stuff. So I'm like, my God, this is so exciting. And then I'm looking at my stuff going, really? I've not that. Really? I didn't get that. I haven't got
Yes.
that full set. What do you mean I've still got to go in and get 2 pieces for my fell heart? What do you mean I'm doing? I was like so cranky. I just couldn't believe. I was like, God damn it, Blizzard. Seriously? You're giving me more things to chase. Well played.
I know that's the
Blizzard.
thing, isn't it?
Well played. Yeah.
Well, with the achievement side of things, the main achievement that people are working towards is called Azeroth's Next Top Model, which will reward you the Stylist title, which is cool. And to get that achievement, you need to unlock a class armor set from 10 different raid tiers or PvP seasons. And what I discovered with this is that it's account wide. So because I've changed my mains and I'm pretty bad about farming older content, I have raid sets on my mage and my paladin that I don't have on my shaman. So my shaman actually only has, or by the time I got the achievement, only had 9 complete sets. And I'm like, how did I ding this achievement? And then I'm going through my achievement list and I'm like, I don't have that on my shaman. And so I checked on my other, like on my mage, and I'm like, but I do have it on my mage. And then I'm like, of course, because the Azeroth's Next Top Model achievement is going to be contributed account wide because of the individual achievements, which is great if you're a monk or a demon hunter or someone like that. Like you can still get this. You can
Death
just.
Knight.
Yeah, Death Knight, Demon Hunter, and Monks are going to have a slightly harder time of things.
I haven't done that. Okay, that's probably why I haven't got it, and I'm like, I'm one short, and I'm going, why? That makes no sense. Yeah. I've not logged into all the other alts. That's what I'll
just pick the
doing.
high level ones.
Yeah. Okay.
So just a couple of notes about the achievements, and then we'll kind of get cracking into each of the tiers, the name of the achievement name for each tier, and like it's really important that we do mention the achievement names because all of them are freaking hilarious.
Yes.
All of them. They're amazing and they make me laugh. But before we get started into that, there's a couple of notes that are on the Wowhead pages. So there's actually 2 separate guides, one Wowhead guide for the PvE sets and one Wowhead guide for the PvP sets. So you can have a look at all of that. I've kind of mashed up information from there and also other places as well to try and put some useful stuff together for you. So the things to be mindful of with the achievements. Tier 3, Mogish and Vault and Order Hall sets don't actually count towards Azeroth's Next Top Model achievement. There are individual achievements for those. There's some weird things about the LFR stuff. Apparently some count, some don't. I don't know. Don't rely on LFR is the point. The main important one that people are going to get really fed up with is that recolors do not count towards the achievement. It has
because
to be the
not
original
from that
tokens.
actual...
Yeah, they has to be the original tokens from the raids that are specific to the class, so a warrior can't claim credit for a paladin recolored piece. So that can be a bit of a pain in the bum. And the other thing, and Lita, we were talking about this the other day, where you'd got these pieces and you didn't get your achievement, and I was wondering if this last point might cover that, is that sometimes there will be a delay in getting the achievement because you will generally need to wait for the 2-hour sellback time to finish before the system kind of recognizes, yep, okay, you've got that thing.
And it's 2-hour in-game.
Yes.
Yeah, I've still got like 23 minutes on my VP stuff that's sitting in Lita's bags.
Yeah.
I'm like...
Or you can throw it on and make it soulbound.
Yeah, some of them you can, but
option.
some of them you can't. Like, it's some of them it doesn't seem to work for. So, you know, try equipping it. You can put it in your void tab, stuff like that. Yeah. Or you can just wait it out, whatever you like. But yeah, that's what I was wondering might have been your issue, Lita, with that. So I'm hoping that when that timer finishes for you, that you'll go ding. Yeah.
Well, in that 2 hours, you can just go farm some more sets.
Yeah, no, in
Yes.
that 2 hours, I gotta beat Stone. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Come on, I'm
That's
playing
true.
my iron. Yeah.
So the PvE transmog achievements and where you get them and what the sets are and stuff. Lita, do you want to start us off with this list?
Okay, so we've got the tier 1 is the achievement is so hot right now, which is awesome. So it's Molten Core, of course, Molten Core, love Molten Core, and that's in Blackrock Mountain for those that don't know where it is. And I mean the sets again. Can I just say, fell hot. Oh, for the Warlock, yeah, that brings me back.
Set.
Not
really
a fan
is
of the
good
Giant
set.
Stalker set.
Yeah. Oh, I
I'm
like
not.
the Giants. Really? I quite like that. So, yeah. So the different sets.
Oh wait,
you want
no,
me to
I
read
got
through?
confused. I do
I
like the
always
Giant
liked
Stalker
the Giant
set.
Stalker.
The silver
Yeah.
armor is cool.
I always love that.
FYI, if you're a monk, Death Knight, or a demon hunter, don't bother.
Yeah. Anything up until for what? Tier 10, 12, something like that.
Yeah, my Death Knight is running Molten Core to get the legendary, and it's like I can wear nothing that's in here. Yay!
Yeah.
Like
Awesome.
all the plate armor, it's all us bound, and it's just like I can use nothing. So
Yeah. All right. So do you want me to quickly go through the sets for each?
Yeah, just quick.
Okay, all right. So Warrior is the battle gear of might. Paladins is law bringer armor. Shamans is the Earth Fury. Hunter is Giant Stalker armor. Rogue, one of my favorite ones, Night Slayer. Do love the Night Slayer for a rogue. Druid is the Cenarian Remit. And Warlock, of course, Felheart! Yay! Priest is Vestments of Prophecy, and the Mage is Arcanus Regalia.
yes.
Very pretty.
I think we should probably skip on naming all of them because we're already been going for a while. So I think for most people, they will know what sets they are, and if not,
I didn't. That's why I actually did it. But
it'll
that's
be
fine.
a
What I might do is
surprise.
actually put it up on the website because it took me forever to put this together. But
And
yeah,
that's
like because I
awesome.
didn't know the names of a lot of the sets, and so when people are like, for example, I didn't know that Felheart came from Molten Core, and I know the set, but I didn't know where it came from. So
Yes.
it could be really helpful if you're like me and don't know these things.
Yeah, the same with the Night Slayer armor. Like, I always loved that, but never knew how to get it on my rogue.
Yeah.
So, what was tier 2 then? Yeah.
Okay, so tier 2 comes from Blackwing Lair, and it's called Dress in Lairs.
I just love the way that you're reading these achievements. I think it's lovely. It's excellent.
So yeah, I mean Blackwing Lair. The only issue I have with Blackwing Lair is you still can't solo that first boss.
You can. It's just they've actually made it a lot easier, Lita. Like a lot easier. As in
they've
probably
removed
about
the
2 weeks
cast
ago.
time, I believe. From
They've done something where you can actually do it somewhere else. I don't know. It's a lot easier.
Right. Oh well, maybe I'll try it. I said to the boys the other night, we need to do Blackwing Lair, and yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. So I can't go in there. I should have gone and tried, but I didn't. So but there's heaps of good stuff. I'm just saying Nemesis.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. Nemesis.
And the Paladin
and the
Judgment
Dragon Stalker
set,
armor.
which is
The
I
first
like the
set that I
Judgment
wanted
one
to
for
fully
Paladins
complete
also.
was the bright purple and yellow Dragon Stalker's
That's awesome.
armor. Yeah. So now,
Nice.
why is it tier 2.5 and not tier 3?
because tier 3 is technically not in the game anymore. You can get tier 3 from the Black Market Auction House. But,
I didn't know this.
Yeah, because of things and stuff.
Yes.
I
Way
can't
before
remember
my
the
time.
specific. I can't remember the specifics, but there's a reason why, isn't it? Didn't the dungeon that it came from got redone for a later raid, like for a later expansion, and so anything that was from there anymore had all been updated.
Yeah, that would have
and they replaced all the gear.
Yeah, I think it
ZG.
wasn't it the CG stuff. So yeah,
We
Yeah,
both started
I'm
playing
not
in
too sure of
Cataclysm,
it.
so we have no idea.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
after my time. It's just one of those things that I'm like, if I see any pieces on the
CG.
auction house, I've got to
Yeah.
get it.
Nice.
Definitely.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So do you want me to take 2.5?
Yeah, sure. Keep
Okay.
going.
All right. So this is the Temple of Anchorage, which is like, I don't know, it's kind of one of my favorite places. So the achievement is called Accessor Rise. Because I just had to say it like that.
It's perfect.
I know.
Yes.
I know. So I don't know if you've not been into Anchorage.
There are 3 easy mounts that you can get hundreds of.
Yeah.
And
Well,
a very rare red one.
No, it's not that rare. Not nowadays. But you can quite easily solo all of that, which isn't too bad. You've just got to collect. I mean, the main thing about Encourage is collecting all the little scarabby, tokeny things to make up the combinations to be able to go and hand it in to get your class pieces. And that's the big thing, is you might have a heap of stuff in your bag and you're like, yay, and then you go up and you're like, no, I'm missing this and this. So yeah, it's a good place to run over and over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Tier 3 was Naxxramas.
Nax. Yes, of course. Yeah.
So obviously
old Nax, new Nax.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
And then you have tier 4, Outlandish Style. Now, you get the legs and shoulders from Gruul's lair, the gloves and helm from Karazhan, and the chest from Magtheridon's lair. That's a pain. But I believe this is the Paladin set that everyone wants, with the books on the shoulders. Is that the one that I'm thinking of? Or am I...
having a look.
No. I must be thinking of a different set then.
I was thinking, I think that's the Judgment one.
Oh, that's Judgment. That would make way more sense.
Yeah.
But then we have tier 5, merely a set. Serpentrine Cavern will have the legs, helm, and gloves. And then the eye will have the shoulders and the chest for that. Then
Yes. The mage one, the Terrasfall Regalia, that was an early mage one that I collected, actually. I really like that one.
Yes. Tier 6, black is the new black.
Nice.
This set was originally 5 pieces, with 3 additional pieces added in Sunwell that do not match. To get the achievement, you only need to get the 5 original pieces, those being the shoulders, legs, and chest from Black Temple, and the helm and gloves from Mount Hyjal. So,
apparently the achievement's a bit buggy. Like, I was reading through the comments on that particular one, and it seems to be a little weird. So don't panic. It'll probably fix itself out later. Just, maybe chuck the pieces into your void storage if you haven't got the achievement and you think that you should.
Yes, and the next set, which I think is one of my favorite, is Sun's Out, Thoradal's Out. I do have that bow. First time I went in there. Very happy. This is for the 3 additional pieces of tier 6 that don't match, and those come from the Sunwell, being the wrist, waist, and boots. Tier 7 is Undying Aesthetic, which is the new Naxxramas. In addition, Archivon, the Stonewatcher in the Vault of Archivon, has a chance to drop the same tokens for the chest, legs, and gloves, as well as a mount, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. Then you have Tier 8, which is Mog Saron. This is all the pieces from Ulduar.
I love that one. That's definitely one of my favorites.
I want to know who's, like, the one person who went through and named
but they had
all
a
of
great
them.
time.
Yes. Now, the Stormwatchers in the Vault of... Emelon, the Stormwatcher, in the Vault of Archivon, has a chance to also drop the gloves and legs. some of these pieces can be purchased with gold, as far as I'm aware. You have Tier 9, Style of the Crusader. Now, this is... Now, the gear that's 232 eye level can be purchased for gold. Sold by Aspirant Naradel, Aspirant Foradir, and the higher level gear drops from Trial of the Crusader. Obviously, the Horde and Alliance sets look very different, because Horde and Alliance. And the tokens for the gloves and legs are drop from the Flame Watcher, Coralon, in the Vault of Archivon. So a lot of this stuff, a lot of the little bits and pieces can be found in that raid instance as well.
Yeah,
I
the
believe.
thing with the being able to buy the 232 level gear with the gold, that will give you the achievement. So if you don't want to go and farm all of the pieces and you just want the achievement for the sake of having the achievement and you've got the gold, do it. You can just buy it and then you'll ding and it'll be great.
Cool.
Yes. And now, Lita, you still are going into Ice Crown, and so you're clearly still searching for the Winter Catalogue, which is Tier 10. Now, 5 pieces come from ICC. Now, obviously, there are 3 levels of gear, each having different colorings. Any of the 3 count towards the achievement. The level 251 gear can be bought with gold inside Ice Crown itself from the Quartermaster. The others require the previous level gear plus a token to obtain. And obviously, the tokens, gloves, legs can be found from the Ice Watcher in the Vault of Archivon. Cinder, do you want to take the rest?
Yeah, that one for Ice Crown as well is particularly important for remembering that the recolors won't count, because there's quite a few that do that. So, but again, you can just buy the normal set with gold and you can ding the achievement, which is really good. Tier 11 is called Glamour of Twilight. You go to Bastion of Twilight for the shoulders, Blackwing Descent for the helm, the heroic chest, legs and gloves, bearing in mind that the normal chest, legs and gloves can actually be purchased from vendors. And Throne of the Four Winds has a random tier token that can drop on normal, or an Essence of the Forlorn will drop on heroic, which you can then just use to pick up any of the missing items. So if you can, if you're able to do that on your own, great.
You're doing that on 25 heroic, you get like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, you can get quite a few, and it's a good way to fill in a few gaps if you need to, so that one's cool. Tier 12, Haute Couture. I wonder where this is. It's in Firelands, obviously, because it's hot in Firelands, because, fire is hot. Okay, so the normal pieces is these are ones that you can buy from the vendors. They are Feldrin, Tilsdale, and Jamaus Vaz. Oh, you know what I'm like with names. Basically, I know as an alliance, you can go into the area near the training dummies in the Olden area. You can go in there and there's a dude in there that will sell you all of those normal pieces, which is fantastic. So that will help you ding most of that achievement. Tier 13, Wardrobe of the Old Gods, is for all from Dragon Soul, the whole lot. And things start getting a lot easier moving forward in terms of where you can actually get all the bits and pieces. Because I don't know about you guys, but I found that with the earlier ones, that's why I found this list really helpful, because I didn't know where half the things came from. And especially when they were over multiple instances, and it was like, oh my god, I've got to go where now? What?
But it says it in the appearances tab.
It does now.
Yes. Tab, I should
yes.
say. It does tell you.
Yeah, it is really helpful. So tier 14, we start moving into Mists of Pandaria. So welcome monks to the collection of tier sets that you can get. Tier 14 is Shah of Fabulous.
They should have turned the Shah of Anger into the Shah of Fabulous. On
yeah.
I love
they
it.
should have.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
Give him a giant gold chain.
Big sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. This one is a little bit over a couple of instances. So you go to Heart of Fear for the chest, gloves, and legs, and you need to go to Terrace of Endless Spring for the helm and the shoulders. And the world boss Shar of Anger also has a chance to drop normal tier gloves and legs. So a couple of places that you can go for stuff. The Firebird set for shamans, one of my favorites, hands down, love it. Tier 15. Tier 15 is Thunderwear.
You've been Thunderwear.
It just makes me laugh. I love it.
It's hilarious.
Obviously, all the pieces come from the Throne of Thunder for Thunderwear. And the world boss Nalak out the front of the Throne of Thunder entrance has the chance to drop normal gloves and legs. So that's a really good, easy one to get.
Nice.
Tier 16. We're nearly there. Tier 16. Yas, Shiraj. That's hard to say. Yas.
It just sounds like, in my mind, it's just Thist saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. All of the pieces come from Siege of Orgrimmar. The really cool part with Siege of Orgrimmar is that last boss, Garrosh, has a chance to drop a token that can be exchanged for any other tier token. So if one of those bosses, and they were real mean, some of them, wouldn't drop the piece of tier token gear that you need for your achievement, just make sure Garrosh gives you one of those tokens, and you can choose the one that you need. And also the Celestial Challenge world bosses have a chance to drop gloves and legs, and Ordos has matching non-tier pieces that won't count towards it, but if you just want to look pretty, then nice.
Yes, and the Chronomancer's Regalia coming, I think, was it second at BlizzCon the other couple of years ago?
I can't remember.
In the cosplay contest, and all the bits moved in his shoulders.
Oh, that might have been the Time Lord one from Dragon Soul, because that one was they had all of these moving timepieces and stuff. It could be. I don't know. It's cool.
Either way, it looked really cool. It had the moving bits in it as well.
I like moving bits in Transmog. Lita, do you want to take tier 17?
Sure. So 17 is the achievement is make it work.
I just needed to not do that one.
Yeah, it's for that. All right. So all the pieces come from Blackrock Foundry. I don't think I've done Blackrock Foundry. Okay. Guess what I'll be doing? Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty good. It's all in one place. Yay! Mm-hmm. All right. Tier 18, Extreme Makeover Fell Edition. Ooh, so all the pieces come from Hellfire Citadel. Yeah, I need to do that one too.
Can we just call Legion Expansion Makeover Fell Edition?
No.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, so tier 19, That's So Last Millennium. That comes from, so 6 pieces are from Nighthold. Cloak.
Yeah, so because it's been 5 previously, and they now have included a cloak in the tier sets.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, sorry, I should have actually written that out in full. But yeah, it's now 6 pieces that you need to get.
Nice. Excellent. Alrighty. And then we've got Trial of Valor. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So they all come from Trial of Valor. Individual pieces can drop from any of the bosses. Oh, that's kind of cool. Also a chance to get the whole ensemble with an ensemble token. Gives you all appearances only, not full set of gear. Okay.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I just realized the other day I do have a quest, the Trial of Valor, that gives me an ensemble. And it's like for 1,000 lost souls or something. And I'm just like, I didn't even know I had this quest. But yeah. I'm like, I have to do a lot of LFR to get this done though. Ugh.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's still
I
pretty
think
cool
only Helia drops the actual item, and you need 1,000, and she drops like 100 or so on LFR, so I need to get that. Get that going.
Well, maybe while you're doing that, you might get an ensemble token as well.
Yeah, maybe.
I got it the other day on LFI. I was really stoked because I was finally finishing off the Hunt for Illidan questline because they actually dropped the number of essences that you needed to get for that. It was 80 before, and they dropped it to 40, and I was at 60, so I was really, really happy.
Yes.
But it meant going back and killing Helya. And yeah, I got the LFR ensemble token, so the only one I need now is Mythic, and then I'll have all of the difficulties of those sets. It's really cool.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah, that is.
Last one is tier 20 called Retro Trend, and this is to give you, this is to get all 6 pieces from the Tomb of Sargeras, and Wowhead have previews of what those sets look like up on their website, but, you know, obviously we haven't got there yet, but I will say this, because we'll do PvP ones really quickly in a sec, the new season PvP that just started when 7.2 came out, the pieces of gear that are dropping from that are lookalike tier 20 ones, which is awesome because I got a piece of gear the other day and I'm like, hey, that's from this set. That's so cool. So yeah, don't have to wait for Tomb of Sargeras. It's awesome. Okay, we'll quickly run into the PvP ones. And we'll try and run through it really quickly because we've been going for a long time. Sorry, everybody. It's just that there's so much transmog.
There's so much.
Yes.
There's so much. Basically, with PvP transmog achievements, obviously it's similar to the raiding ones, except they're for PvP seasons. And the difference being that you can't run old PvP seasons to try and get your sets. You basically spend marks of honor to buy sets and or ensembles. So have a listen to our PvP show that we did a couple of weeks ago. We also talked about
check out Civation's blog, which we went on about in that episode as well, because that was a really well done post.
Yeah, the one of the differences between when Salvation's blog post was done and 7.2 is that now all of the seasons have ensembles available, whereas at the time of the blog, I don't know if he's updated it, but at the time that he wrote the blog, there were only season ensembles available for Warlords of Draenor and Mr. Pandaria. So they're all there right back to season 1. There are new vendors available. And yeah, I went there before and was just like, oh my god, the choices.
Nice.
So, Season 1 is the original. Season 2, No Mercy. Season 3, With a Vengeance. Season 4 is Treads. And all of those are available in Netherstorm. Season 5...
Area 54, is that what the number is? I never remember the number. Yeah, in there.
Area 52.
52! Okay.
52.
Yes. Season 5, Lethal Looks. You need to visit Blazik Fireclaw in Northrend Dalaran. Then you have Season 6, The Fierce and the Furious, which is in the Dalaran sewers, and that is Northrend Dalaran. Season 7 is Relentlessly Good Looking, which once again is in the Dalaran sewers. Season 8, Wrath of the King, down in the Dalaran sewers again. And I believe with this one, the gloves and the legs do drop in the Vault of Archivon, as well as Seasons 5 and 6. So you may already have those pieces from running the Vault of Archivon if you've been running that for the mount. Season 9, Viciously Vintage, is from Blazik the Biter in Tanaris. Now, obviously, Season 10 is Ruthless is More. That is from Stormwind or Orgrimmar, depending on your faction. Then you have Season 11 with Cataclysmic Catwalk in Stormwind and Orgrimmar again, as well as Tanaris for both factions. Cinder, did you want to take the last ones?
Season 12 is Why Malevolent Models. Zoolander reference. They're sold by PvP vendors on the wall in Pandaria, as is Season 13, Dress to Oppress, Season 14, It's Not Fashion Unless It Hurts, and Season 15, Wear It With Pride. So all of those, Horde and Alliance have different PvP vendor places on the wall between like the Vale and the other places on the other side of the wall. If you have a look on your map, there'll be an icon for your PvP vendors, so just go check those out. Season 16, Untamed Beauty, you can purchase in Storm Shield for Alliance or War Spear for Horde. Same for Season 17, which is Wild Style. Season 18, War Mogarang. Sorry. They're your Warlords of Draenor ones. Season 19 and 20, which is Legion, has the achievement More Like Vindictive, and you can buy individual pieces of those from Lieutenant Surtees and Apothecary Lee in Legion's Dalaran. Seasons 21 and 22, the achievement will be Cruel Intentions, but because the new PvP season has only just started, you can't buy any of the bits until it's done. So get out there and do your PvP world quests, and you can get some transmog. It's very cool. We also just had in here very, very quickly from the Q&A that was done a couple of weeks back. There were a couple of transmog questions that were asked during that. One of them was, any plans to bring back unobtainable or old appearances or gear instead of tier reskins? And they're saying that the UI set's going to help with that a lot. And having done that, they have a comprehensive list of appearances that aren't currently collectible in-game. So they're going to try and find the right time and place to bring back each of those appearances. So that's really cool. There is a chance to get some stuff that you may not already have, or that you just like the look of and you don't know how to get it. And the other question was, any plans to make awesome NPC armor available to players, like Kalderai and Naisha's armor? They said, we'd love to. Blizzard always looks at bosses and wants to see if the item can drop from that boss. It's cool when players can defeat a boss and then loot an iconic piece from the instance. So there is hope. There's hope.
Yes, they are thinking about it.
It's
in their minds.
The point of all of this is that there is a lot of transmog achievements out there, like a lot of achievements to get. And with the new UI setup and stuff, it's really easy to see what you need to get. And hopefully this list makes it a bit easier for you to know where to get it. So I'll paste these two massive tables up on our website so that you can have a look and have a better list of things if you are interested.
Yes. Now on to tweets. We have several tweets from Professor Moriarty, who says, what started with me spending marks of PvP for transmog now sees me back in Molten Core again. Thanks a lot, Cinder.
Nice. Nice.
Now I'm that guy staying up late making transmog shopping lists. And he also says, so tired, Cinder, fault, you and Reins of Azeroth. Now I've just heard my family is out tonight, so more transmog.
My work here is done.
Yes.
You gotta let us know how you did, Moriarty, because
yes.
I'm not too sure how you've gone this week. So hopefully you got some good stuff.
Definitely, let us know. We have a tweet from Fleecy at Fleecy McStooge, who says, "Haven't died in the Broken Shore yet. ... They did try." And that was a very good picture that he attached to that. So,
yeah, we'll get that up in the gallery soon.
Yes. We have a tweet from Charles. It says, do you have to do Suramar dungeon quests before killing Gul'dan to get the mount? Now, we have had a few people talking about this in this sort of Twitter thread. And the correct answer now that I've looked up is that you need to complete all parts of the Suramar questline that reward the achievement Surrection. Then you need to pick up the quest Lord of the Shadow Council from Khadgar in Suramar, which requires you to kill Gul'dan. After you kill Gul'dan, stick around, talk to Khadgar in the instance. You will then go back to Shalaran to speak to Chief Telemancer Oculus, to then pick up Fate of the Nightborn. Oculus will then port you to Tharissa, who will then give you the mount. For me, I didn't realize that he would actually teleport me there, so I ran off looking how I get back there. And I was like, oh, I've got to go through the raid again or something. And then I finally realized that, oh no, you just talk to him and he takes you to a separate instance where things happen.
Yeah,
So.
caused a few bugs, but hopefully they fixed it. And the key thing being that you can kill Gul'dan on LFR.
Mm-hmm.
So the most important part of all of this is to stick around after you've killed Gul'dan and talk to Khadgar on that platform. And the other thing being that people are missing that last quest from Oculus because he's back in Shalaran. So just go back to Shalaran after all that bit's done.
Yes. You want to get the rest of them?
Cheryl, you and me, honey, you and me. Cheryl says, I finally got my Torn invitation. Woohoo! Time to hunt a fox. With your help, I'm on the point of killing Gul'dan for the cat too, so that's awesome. Yay! Congrats, lovely. The Big G said just over 24 hours till this week's Reins of Azeroth. Thank you, Big G, because I am a doofus and didn't get around to putting up the timer that I said I'd do. So I will put up another one after this show so that people know what time it is for next week because of the daylight savings shenanigans.
Yes.
And Alessandra figured out that she said ran your live show time through Google Conversion so I could watch it tonight. Turns out to be my normal wake-up time.
Nice.
But we saw you for a little bit, hun, so it was nice to see you.
Yay!
Lisa, do you want to do the ones from Anne?
Sure. So Anne in Wonderland and the Gamer says, weekly update. I got a red Karaji battle tank from the Temple of Anchorage.
Woohoo!
Yay! Also says, which was a nice surprise because I thought I already had all the mounts from there. Well, there you go. Surprise mounts are surprise.
I like it when that happens.
Yay!
Yes. Always good. And
we
emails.
We got a little one from Alessandra, which we might talk about next week.
We might. But
if that's okay.
he did say, hey guys, was listening to the Summoning Stone podcast for 7.2. And they have a ton of really interesting information about PvP mounts you should listen to. Also, if you're interested in transmog, I sent the Summoning Stone an idea that you might be interested in from Alessandra. So we may take that same interesting topic that you mentioned to us and maybe discuss that on a future episode. So that'll be fun. Now, that's the end of the show. But before I go into the where you can find us stuff, Lita, where can our lovely listeners find you?
All right. Well, if you want to find me, I am on Twitter, which is normally the easiest place to find me. I am at Lita Wow, which is LEETAWOW. And you can also find other shows. I do a couple. Behind the Avatar.
Just a couple.
Behind the Avatar. Adventures in Azeroth. And, of course, the WoW Challenges podcast.
Thank you for coming on this week, Lita. It's been so lovely to have you.
Thanks, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you very much for having me on. It's always great to get to sit down and have a chat with two of my favorite people. So thank you.
Better about transmog?
Yeah.
Have a lot of fun.
Sorry, Spaz, you can do the spiel. Sorry.
So, because of daylight savings, everything is all out of whack for everybody. But if you want to come to along to our live recording, we record Tuesday nights, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Time at twitch.tv/Reins of Azeroth. However that works out for you. I'm no good with time zones. So it's pretty bad when it comes to time zones, so kind of annoying. Now, the show can be found on our website, reignsofAzeroth.com. We are also on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. Our video with the lovely art that Sirius does goes up onto YouTube. Just search for Reins of Azeroth. If you'd like to leave us a review on iTunes, that would be excellent. If you'd like to give us a thumbs up on Stitcher, that would be great. You can subscribe to us on YouTube as well. That would be good. But other than that, if you have any questions, stories, pictures of anything interesting and fun that you've done in WoW, get in touch with us at reignsofazeroth@gmail.com. On Twitter, if you'd like to reach us on Twitter, the show's Twitter account is at Reins of Azeroth. I am at Spaz Wesson. Cinder is at Cinder_tweets. Our Discord server is growing out pretty well. We've got a lot of people chatting in there. send us a tweet, and we'll send you back a link if you'd like to join us there. But other than that, we will see everybody next week for episode 60.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks again, Lita.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Thanks, chat room.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. And stop. Done.
Lucy says many mobs handle it.
Yes.
I love it.
I really like the Legion looking fella good as the show title.
Yes, I already grabbed that.
Nice. Thanks, chat room.
Yeah, thanks,
Yes.
guys.
It was fun.
It's good fun. There's so much to do.
So many pretty clothes to wear. The PvP stuff, having a look at that tonight, I was just like, oh my goodness. I do have 12
Bye,
marks
Smexy.
with me.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye! Yeah, I've got like 12 marks of honor to spend stuff on, and I'm like, I could get like a complete ensemble, or I could fill in a few gaps and maybe tick off like 3 achievements.
Well, that's what I went. I had like 20, so I went to Ogrimmar to buy. I started buying, I think, from the Cataclysm PvP stuff, and I've got like 15 pieces sitting in my bags. I'm like, come on, please, just hurry up. 2 hours. 2 hours, please, come on. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain. It would be nice if it could give you the option. Do you really want to just skip that 2 hours? Yeah. Do you want to pay 50 gold? Yeah. I'll pay 50 gold per item. If you
just
could
make it go away.
Get rid of the damn 2 hours. I just want to be able to vendor it back and have some room in my bag, please.
Yeah.
Well, we might stop the stream if that's okay, I suppose.
Yes. We will see everybody next week.
Thanks,
Bye,
chat
Mom.
room. Bye,
See ya.
guys.